Kansas City is a boom town right now. I know it's weird to say that here in the year 2024 because I think we were saying this in Kansas City 100 years ago about this area, but it is true now more than ever. And there are a lot of events and development projects that are coming up that are a big part of the reason why. And guess what? I'm not even going to mention Taylor Swift in this video. After now, let's dive in. One of the huge reasons Kansas City is booming right now is the FIFA World Cup is coming to KC in 2026. Kansas City beat out some major cities across the US to be one of the hosts of this massive worldwide event. Kansas City will host 6 different matches, including a quarterfinal match, which will be just massive. This will attract attention from across the globe. I mean, we saw what the Olympics did around the world this year. It's so exciting to think we can have a small piece of that in just a couple of years. It also is going to be a huge boost for our local economy. We are going to have thousands, tens of thousands of people coming to Kansas City from elsewhere, staying in hotels, eating out, and enjoying all that Kansas City has to offer. Kansas City will be showcased on an international stage, cementing our already legendary status as an iconic sports city. Another huge thing that is coming to Kansas City is the Panasonic battery plant. This one's not as exciting or sexy as the World Cup, but maybe more important, this $4 billion plant is going to bring around 4,000 jobs. And that's not even counting all of the people that are already here working on developing and building this plant. This is also huge to position us as a player in the booming electric vehicle industry right here in the heartland of the country. This plant is only the second of its kind in the entire country and is actually going to be in DeSoto, Kansas. So this is not only huge for Kansas City itself, but especially that region of the metro area. Another huge piece of development in Kansas City is something that's already done and already changed the landscape of Kansas City forever, and that is the Kansas City Current Stadium. This is the first stadium in the world that is solely dedicated to a women's sports team. Again, this further cements Kansas City's legacy as a sports city and also establishes this metropolitan area in the middle of the country as a mecca of gender equality and being progressive in sports and culture. It's also so cute. The teal and they just nailed the design on it and really has changed kind of the dynamic in Kansas City already. Now it's such a thing of who's going to the Current game because they're selling out every match. So that is super exciting and has already made ripple effects throughout the metro. Another huge development, this may be the one that I'm personally most excited for, is because I love the streetcar. It's the Kansas City streetcar expansions. Currently the streetcar only spans a couple of miles, but they have already laid the tracks, laid the infrastructure to extend it beyond its current route, launching in 2025. This is a big deal for our economy as it can get people in and out of other districts that may have not gotten the foot traffic that other areas had in the past. It also can create opportunity for more urban dwellers that want the city living feel and to not have to drive a car and still be able to get around the city and experience different neighborhoods. It's also awesome because it's free and it's easy to use. So when we have these major tourism events coming to town, them using the streetcar is going to be a big deal as well. Another huge piece of development that is causing this boom in Kansas City is the upcoming Rock Island Bridge Entertainment District. I actually have a podcast called Connecting Kansas City where these guys were a recent guest, and the plans they have for this area are so exciting. It's super cool too. They're taking this old railway bridge that sits 60 feet above the Kansas River and turning it into a scene with bars, restaurants, and entertainment, kind of like a wedding venue space, and then lots of benches and public space where you can just go take a walk, read a book, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy this new outdoor entertainment facility. Another huge development that's coming is a Meta data center. By Meta, yes, we mean Facebook and that whole group. They're putting in a huge facility in the Northland that is again going to create tons and tons of jobs. This is an $800 million investment with potential for future expansion. Again, this furthers Kansas City's role in being a player in the tech sector and creating more high-paying jobs right here in the metro area. Another development that's more on the fun side of things is the South Loop project. This is set to launch or be completed in 2026, and it's going to be a 4-block park over 670, creating an urban green space that also will connect different downtown neighborhoods and provide recreational areas. Think of it as our own version of Central Park, but it's going over a highway in an area that really is just kind of an eyesore and unused right right now. This is another one that has already launched and already has had a huge impact, and that is the new terminal at the Kansas City airport. It opened in March of 2023, and it is absolutely beautiful. It is stunning. It is such a great nod to everything that's local and awesome about our region. It's also just logistically a lot easier, and the hope is that it's going to draw in more international flights, more direct flights, and make flying in and out of our city a lot easier now and many years into the future. The last piece of development that is part of this boom moment that Kansas City is having is the expansion of the Kansas City Convention Center. It's undergone major upgrades, including the addition of new hotel rooms, modernized facilities. This needed to happen, and it's a really nice upgrade. These improvements are attracting more large national events, which is further boosting the local economy and positioning Kansas City as a top convention destination. Let's fill up those hotel rooms. Let's get people in these restaurants. Let's boost the local economy. And I can't wait to come back here again in a couple of years and add many more upcoming developments to this list as reasons why Kansas City is in its boomtown moment. Until then, I'll be here on YouTube giving you the scoop on all things Kansas City. See you next time. Bye.